So we are all aware of what has been happening in Nigeria recently. Boko Haram have started their suicide bombings again. Recently, over 30 persons have been killed. I just listened to a video of a young man who said he lost about 3 of his friends, and then when one of the persons in the burial ceremony of the person, another suicide bombing. So suicide bombings in the north. The same north Boko Haram, ISWAP, the same north banditry, kidnapping. We've been hearing now that ISWAP want to break away from Nigeria. It's a rumor. I'm not sure about that. You see, a whole lot have been happening in the north. The north is being decimated in real time. Over 2 million refugees. People are refugees in their own country. Not like we have a war, a civil war. They are refugees in their own country. Children out of school, kidnappings here and there in tens and hundreds, breakdown of infrastructure, no hospitals, no clinics, no schools, hunger decimating the land. And then these same people are made to believe that they're ones ruling Nigeria, that they're ones in charge of Nigeria, the North is in control of Nigeria. Do you understand that North is in its weakest position in history? Fulani killing Hausas in reprisals killing Fulanis. During the Civil War, all these people came together as one to fight the Igbos. After then, I could remember during the time of President Obasanjo, any little things, these riots, they start killing the Igbos, start killing Christians, start killing Igbos. Why? That was because there was no insurgency then. Their farmlands were still okay. So when they get food, they eat, and they are satisfied. The next thing they start thinking on how to kill Igbo Christians and Igbos. These people planted blood seeds on their lands. What is happening today is a fruit of the seeds of yesterday. You are enjoying your land. The Igbos came with their economic ideas, not just the Igbos, other people from the south, they came. Your land was prospering. All of a sudden, you start killing people. You start killing them, shedding blood all over the place. And then nothing was being done about it. Why? Because those people at the top who were actually using them did not do anything about it because it had a religious coloration. Suddenly, they started asking for Sharia. I know the pressure that was mounted during President Obasanjo's time. This country, before you know it, Nigeria have a constitution. They say they want their own Sharia law. In the same country where we have a constitution, and other people want to carve out another constitution. And then, before you know it, I believe it was that one of the things that gave them that momentum, or some of them that momentum to feel that, okay, they can do what they like and still in the name of religion, was because Obasanjo allowed them to create that Sharia law, and they started to exercise another constitution inside, apart from the Nigerian constitution. And a group of people came up and said Boko Haram, Western education is a sin. And when it was contested, before you know it, they went militant. And then they started bombing churches, killing Christians. And the political leaders in the north, because it was Christians that were being attacked, kept a blind eye, like it was nothing. Their imams, they never spoke about it because they felt that these people were doing their job for them, killing Christians, bombing churches. They kept quiet. They refused to nip it in the bud. And before you know it, these people started gaining grounds. Externals, people outside the country, outside Nigeria, started seeing it as a way to execute certain agenda. Today, it has metastatized. We won't hear the like of some people sponsoring terrorism, so that in certain areas where there are minerals, so that they can come from the back door and mine and then give the proceeds to the terrorists. So it has now turned into a global business. and then some of the terrorists have turned militants. They start kidnapping. Today, farmers now pay royalties to insurgents. So you can see how the North, both the masses and the political elites, few have by themselves coordinated to destroy their own region. And then you see a chief of defense staff the other day. I'm not pro Simon Ekpa, but the zeal, the momentum, the desire that these people put when it has to do with Igbos, if they can put like 1/4, not half, of that energy, that zeal in fighting the problems in their region, I think a good percentage of it would have reduced, if not totally removed. Now, you are putting so much energy. The Southeast is being said to be the most militarized region. Every post, I believe, there are so many soldiers in the Southeast, whereas there is a North that needs those soldiers. No, you want to dominate the Igbos. You want to show them people that you could not dominate, you could not defeat. Even 50 years after the Civil War, you have failed so miserably in dominating the Igbos. Is it now, when your backyard is heavily on fire, that you are going to dominate the Igbos? Is it not so clear to you that you have failed so miserably when it has to do with the Igbos? I think it's high time some of these people start telling their people the truth. Igbos, leave the Igbos alone. Leave the Igbos alone. Face your problem. The problem in your backyard is bigger than what you think. The Igbos are actually your friends, but you don't know. You feel in trying to chase the Igbos, you have left your backyard defenseless. Now your backyard have been taken over by Boko Haram, your backyard have been taken over by ISWAP, your backyard have been taken over by bandits, your backyard have been taken over by terrorists, your backyard have been taken over by Al-Qaeda network, your backyard have been taken over by all sorts of... I'm sure most of these governors in the North don't even reside in the North. Many of them now exercise governmental duties from Abuja because they are not safe there. You destroyed your region. Now, all those, there are people that they've kept in perpetual ignorance to take money to launder abroad and train their children. Even their children cannot come back to their ancestral homes because they have collectively destroyed the North. Both the masses and the elite of the North have destroyed the North. The Igbos that you are chasing are developing and growing every single day. A word is enough for the wise. It's high time the North know that the Southeasterners they are chasing are at least 200 years ahead of them by every metric and indices of measurement of, if you are talking about civilization. Common sense. It is high time you guys understand that you need to go back to your region and settle your problems. Leave the Igbos alone.